see a team looking for its first win, the Rebels, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Rebels offense will be first on the attack. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
The Rebels want to crank the tempo. On the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So the Utah Utes offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up.
Going for a big play right off the bat. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Utes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Looking to throw on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Such a great job on the defense, winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover.
Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He only needs a sliver of daylight. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. They'll go to the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, they'll go to the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Utah! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Off from the shotgun. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Rebels want to move quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
On the option. Now the toss. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They're setting up the screen. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Rock. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Finds the tight end. Turning it on. They'll ride him out of bounds. That's the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
And this offense continues to have some success. And I'll tell you what, when it gets down to it and you need a play, they're starting to find this playmaker. You can tell the QB looks for him. That's 3 TDs now in 4 games, and I think they'll keep feeding the big fella.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll do it himself. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense got it.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
He rifles one deep to the left. Touchdown, Utah! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back, and this offense, I'll tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this first quarter.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Under fire. He's going to run it. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground. Get what you can get and live to play enough.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Rebels line up to punt it away.
All right, fans, let's make some noise. It's fourth down.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The Utes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Setting up the screen. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Wants to go up top on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Utes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. The play-action fake. Grab near the sticks. It's Sampson. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Utes.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And now the offense will come onto the field again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
The give to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Oh, they're after him. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He tries to take the top off. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Utes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Clemens. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play.
Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Time to take a shot. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires left. And his throw is incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Quickly complete. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. Secures it at the 30. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. He's got it inside the 25. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Utah!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've been calling a lively one so far from Salt Lake City. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Turns it on in midfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
And the Utes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's locked. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. Thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Fires toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open, and he's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be third down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Here's the handoff. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Snags it over the middle. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll send the back in motion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Utes! mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit at him so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all of them get to get juice and get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. It'll be 3rd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes a nice grab at the 25. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive.
Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Utah! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. From the gun, running back on the move. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on.
Gets loose in the middle. Touchdown, Utes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
So we'll see the offense on the field to start this drive. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get
nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Utah! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
It's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. TCU rolled to victory in front of those fans in Fort Worth who had the Go Frogs hand sign up for 60 minutes. Super Frog was flexing all game too. As complete a win as they've had for some time. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back into 16. We've reached a break. It's Utah holding the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants to go deep. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch at the 45. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. On the move, it's Laporta. Still running at the 35. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Utes. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away. And
they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And the returner will be knocked down. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Grabbed behind the line. It's Laporta. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Floating away. Looking for the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Utah! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Gives it on the option. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The give on the option. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. He's got him. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught, close to the marker, it's Matthews. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and then he's able...
Going for it all. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And he's not done, man. This QB is on a heater. He's already thrown 5 touchdown passes. And here we are late in the game, and he's still taking shots. When you're in a rhythm like that, you feel like any time the ball leaves your fingers, it's landing in your receiver's hands. And oftentimes for this guy today, it's been for touchdowns.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Laporta. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong.
Oh, and that ball just inches away from being in every highlight around the country. That was an absolute bomb. Just couldn't quite get it far enough.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Rebels will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to fire deep. Pulls it in on the left. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Let's it fly. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
This time it's complete. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right.